Hey, welcome back to Rollin With Olan. I'm Jeff Olan, your host. Today, my guest is Brad Grunberg, a.k.a. Johnny Cocktails. He's an actor, a showman. He's had this career for over 30 years, folks. This guy is something else. I've been friends with him for many, many years, and let's just get into it. Cocktails, welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I feel good. I feel good being on the show. How many people watch this or listen to it? Three or
About
four? How
three.
many people? Three. Okay.
Yeah, you'll
That's
be
fine.
number four. But
That's
put zeros.
perfect.
Put many zeros
Let's
on
do
that. Put
it.
many zeros on it. We're very
I,
lucky. Look, with
yeah.
over 100 acting credits, my friend, including many memorable roles, such
Yes,
as,
sir.
and I wrote down a few, and we're going to talk about it. Revenge of the
Sure.
Nerds. Look at them, ladies and gentlemen. NYPD Blue, Dexter, NCIS, Fuller House, Curb Your Enthusiasm, Lincoln Lawyer. It goes on and on and on. Let's get into the
Yeah.
beginning days. You went to the University of Arizona, I believe, and
Correct.
from there you got the acting bug. Your first job, my friend, was Revenge of the Nerds. Talk about that. It's a classic. It's a cult comedy. Please talk about that. It's just crazy.
Okay. Uh, it was all because of my mother, because I barely graduated high school. And then at the time in the 80s, the University of Arizona paid you to go to the school. Okay.
Me?
And now it's very hard to get in. It's very hard to get into the school. Well, I went to the orientation and weekend with my mother and another friend and his mother, and I came out of the dorm, Kai Bab with Chuka, and guess what? I went, excuse me, miss, can you help me find the student union? She goes, follow me. 20 minutes out of her way, she goes, it's right there. I go, wait a minute, you weren't even going this way. She goes, where are you from? I go, LA. She goes, oh, we're nice here in Arizona. I said, let's go. Right? 4 years, my dad gave me the talk. You graduate in 4 years or you pay for the rest of your college. Okay, Dad. So I barely squeaked by like Jeff Spicoli in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Barely. Okay. I think you had to have a 2.1 to graduate the business school. I had a 2.12. And I knew what I wanted to do. Now, how I got the part in Revenge of the Nerds is my friend Mark Schiller was reading Varieties, and he called me. He goes, "They're filming a movie on your campus next spring." I go, "What?" 1984. I go. He goes, "You should try out for a part." We wrote the producer, Peter McGregor Scott, and I keep his memory alive. He was tragically killed in a
Oh, big
taxi
time,
accident
right?
in New York
Batman
City.
and all those things.
Yeah. Oh, incredible. Australian guy. So nice. So he called me at home. There was no phones or email back then. And he goes, Bradley, hi, it's Peter. I got your letter. I go, oh, thank you, sir. He goes, do you want to work on my film or be in my film? Sir, whatever you want. He goes, talk to me when you get back for the spring semester and we'll have you read for a part. Got back, me and my fraternity brother, Taylor, we read for a part. I never knew what sides were. I didn't even know what a script was, right?
Yeah,
I
of
knew what the
course.
sports page was, yeah. And LA Express. Well, that's another story. But I read for a part and we didn't get it. And then now I'm Jewish, but I'm very spiritual. So I was thinking about being in the movie all semester. I wasn't even going to class, just calling my answering machine, my Smith Corona. I think that was it. And every 5 minutes. Finally, no call. And then I came out of class one day. We were filming by my dorm, and I saw Peter McGregor Scott, and an angel and a devil came on my shoulder. And the angel goes, there's Peter. Peter McGregor Scott, Bradley. Go over and say hello and see if you can help him or if he needs anything. Then the devil, listen, you fat fuck. I'm hungry and I want to take a fucking nap. You're not getting shit in this movie. Okay, let's get out of here. And I ended up listening to the angel. Went up to him. He goes, where you been? We've been looking for you. Get some bad jokes together. You and your buddy. I think I got something for you. Read for the director, Jeff Canoe, on Thursday. We read, and the rest is history, man.
That's amazing.
My
That's
joke,
amazing.
yeah, my buddy's joke was, what did the Pink Panther say when he stepped on an ant? Dead ant, dead ant. And mine was, what's the dirtiest thing I ever said on television? What? Tell me. Ward, I think you're a little hard on the beaver last night. Beaver.
Now
Is that
only
okay?
some of the audience is going to know that.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good. Now I thought maybe with your audition you did maybe a little bit of your Haftorah.
Well, that's funny because I use it to pick up girls at the bars in L.A. I go up, do you like nice guys or bad boys? And she goes, huh? I go, oh, I like bad boy. I go with a little sprinkle of nice guy on top. And she goes, no, I like tatted guys with boots on because they're so short and motorcycles. And then I go, Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamevorach. And then she walks away and calls security, and they throw me out of the bar.
That's funny. Anybody who doesn't know, Haftorah is something that Jewish boys, when they get bar mitzvahed, they have to learn this whole big, I had to do it. Cocktails had to do it, and
Yeah,
all 13-year-old Jews who either are forced to do it by their parents or by their rabbi.
right.
You know,
Exactly. And I was bar mitzvah 12. Yeah, I had an interesting experience in my bar mitzvah. You meet
yeah.
the rabbi before, 1 week before, and he reads your speech. He goes over the particulars and he goes, Bradley, I read your speech. It's so funny. I'm so proud of you. 8 years of Hebrew school. I go, thank you, Rabbi Zeldin. I'll see you next week. 10 o'clock, first bar mitzvah, Stephen S. Wise Temple, all my friends, my grandma, my family, everybody. He comes in last and he's with the talus and the yarmulke, bowing to everybody. My dad and I were up on the dais waiting for him. Then he looks at me, he looks at my dad, he looks at the canner, and he leans down to the canner. He goes, what's this kid's name again?
Well,
He didn't know my name, Jeff.
wow.
He just told me a week ago he loved me.
Yeah, of
Most
course.
girls do that too.
Of course.
So that was it.
He didn't have
He
his
didn't have his
notes.
what? Yeah,
He didn't have his
that's what I'm
notes.
saying. Have a cheat sheet, right?
Yeah.
Olin, Grunberg,
Yeah.
Schwartz, Natalie.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Didn't have it.
Yeah.
Didn't have it. He,
No, Rabbi Zahn was a great man.
Yeah,
He lived till
well,
94.
those are great memories. We all have them, And so, so you had your bar mitzvah. That was 13. You got out. You went to school. You went to college. You did the Revenge of the Nerds. You came back to LA at that point in time, and you got a job. Tell us about the job at the 20th Century Fox commissary. You always have told me about this and some of the people you've met.
Oh, it was the best, one of the best jobs I ever had. Now, my dad was pissed off because I wasn't working. I turned down a job through the job placement program at the University of Arizona, selling copy machines for Xerox. Xerox is no longer, but it's a copy machine company. There's no copies anymore, So my mom came in, threw the paper at me for the want ads, and it said 20th Century Fox waiter, blah, 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 come on down and fill out. I filled out an application, never got a call. My dad was screaming at me, what are you doing? And my dad's my hero. You got to get a job. You got to get a job. So it was my first acting role since Revenge of the Nerds. I called up Human Resources and I said, oh, I got an answering machine, a message. It was broken, but for the waiter's job? Yes, ma'am. Yes, I'll patch you through to Joan Diet. She was the head of hiring everybody in the commissary for everything. So I go, she goes, Joan, this is Joan, may I help you? I go, hi, Joan, my name is Brad Grunberg, and I got a message for the job as a waiter in the commissary. She goes, what's your last name? I go, Grunberg. She goes, Grunberg, I've called all the waiters. I don't see. Oh, Joan, I told my grandma and my mom and daddy I got a job. She goes, okay, come on down and meet me. So I go down and meet her, and I charm her. In the 5 minutes, I had her in my hand, just laughing and giggling. She goes, all right, go to the commissary. And I met, and it was like a circus. The maitre d's, everybody I met, the guy who ran the commissary, and I worked there for 4 years. I met them all. But this is what I did, Jeff. I didn't walk on eggshells around them. I'd walk up to Danny DeVito, who's doing War of the Roses, and he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt like this. I go, oh, Mr. DeVito, pastrami on rye, fruit cup, Diet Coke, no problem. By the way, that's a nice shirt. Does that come in men's? And he starts laughing. He goes, who are you? I go, I'm your worst nightmare. I'm Batman. I'm going to wait on you every day. And every day I waited on him. And all these executives, I just had a reunion of all the executives and all the people I waited on, because people they want you to treat them like your buddy. Yeah. I wasn't the greatest waiter. I didn't serve from the left and take from the right, all that crap. But I made them laugh. And then from that, I got jobs. I mean, I was in the pilot for NYPD Blue.
Yeah.
Stephen Bochco and David Milch, so
Wow.
good to me. David Kelly, Ross Feynman, big producer. I just worked on Lincoln Lawyer. Uh, to this day, and by the way, just between us girls, Jeff, okay? 39 years as an actor. Thank you.
Love
And
it.
I'm still cooking.
Love it. You're still cooking.
I
Well, here's the interesting thing. You were working in the commissary. I had a guest down, a friend of mine. He's a manager, and he was working in the mailroom over at I believe it was CAA. And
Okay.
but your job, in the mailroom, you're only communicating with the bigger agents and what have you. Maybe a couple of
Yeah.
stars here or there walking the halls. But your job at the commissary, waiting on these people like Danny DeVito. I mean, and like you said, you're still in contact with a lot of those folks.
I walk up to him. I go, "Do you remember me?" Oh, and by the way, I gave out pens in the. I gave one to Rupert Murdoch, a Johnny Cocktails pen. It was a big pen. And it said, "Get drunk with laughter," and I had my number on it. And people called me. They go, "Is this really your number?" I go, "Yeah." And they go, "And Mel Brooks." I waited on Mel Brooks. Okay, he's 99 years old. He put me in 3 films, and he loved me because I gave him free shit. Okay, so
I love
him
it.
and his writers, Rudy DeLuca, who's an incredible Emmy Award, Carol Burnett. He started the Comedy Store with Sammy Shore, and Steve Haberman, straight A student at USC. He's a great writer. That was his little crew, Mel Brooks. So they all have lunch. So what I did is I gave him a free crudité. I give him cappuccinos and frozen yogurts on the house. Okay.
Great.
And this is a funny story. So I didn't wait on him that day. I had to wait on some other people. So they had a new waiter wait on him. He charged him for everything. Uncle Mel. And Uncle Mel never paid for it. He just signed it and it went to Fox. They paid, because he had a deal with Fox. He gets the check and he goes, "What? Johnny, get over here." "Uncle Mel, what do you need?" He goes, "You know our deal." I go, "Uncle Mel, I'll take care of it." And funny story about last year, I brought his lunch from Fox because I still got some juice there.
Wow.
To his house. I found out where he lives, and he was sleeping at the time. He was 98 at the time. He can take a nap in the afternoon. So I left it, and he called me, and he just, "What are you doing, Johnny Cox?" I go, "I'm buying you lunch." He goes, "You didn't have to do that." I go, "Uncle Mel, I don't do anything. I don't have to be on this phone call right now. I love you.
Yeah.
You've been so good to me." And then he gave me 2 tickets for me and my buddy Mark. It was his birthday, to the 50th anniversary of Blazing Saddles. Wow.
Oh my God. Yeah, they just had that, right? They just had the show not that long
Yeah, they
ago.
had that. Well, it was last year. It was at the Peacock, right across from Crypto. And
Wow.
oh my God, ringside seats. Guess who I sat with? Rodney Allen Rippey. Remember
You're
the kid
kidding.
from
Really?
the Jack in the
Yeah,
Box
yeah.
commercials?
Yeah.
It was so much fun. And it's funny, Uncle Mel came out on stage. He's standing for 25 minutes doing his shtick. And then he sits down. I can barely stand and tie my shoe. He's 99 and I'm 38.
Well,
I am 38.
Well, it's incredible because I was going to bring this up later on, but I'll talk about it now. We've known each other for a lot of years, you and I, but we actually crossed paths back in the days, and we crossed paths on Life Stinks. Mel Brooks directing.
Yes.
You had a role in it. I was working, I think, with the background back in the day when I was working for the woman Sally Pearl, who did a lot of the background back then.
Yes.
But we've crossed paths there. We crossed paths with Private Practice and my dear friend Kate Walsh. You were on that show a couple times. You were on, I believe, Man in the Chair with Christopher Plummer.
Yes,
I was involved in that movie. So it's crazy. I saw you walking by, but I didn't know you as Johnny Cocktails or otherwise back then.
Yeah, who got me that role? Ed Mitchell. Remember the casting director, Robin Ray? They gave me that part in The Man in the Chair, and I was sitting in the chair, but the chair was too small for me. Not anymore. By the way, Jeff, I don't know if you know, I was 420 pounds when I did That's My Boy with Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Now I'm 270.
Wow, good for you. Good for you.
Thanks,
good for you.
Thank you.
Keep it going, brother. Keep it going. You talk about, we talk about Man in the Chair. We talk about Paths Crossing, and Man in the Chair was produced by Michael and Sarah Schroeder, and I don't know if you remember them, but Sarah Schroeder Matskin is a good friend of mine now, and she was one of the producers. I
Oh,
didn't
wow.
know her as a producer back then, which is just kind of look, when you work in this industry for long enough, we're meeting a lot of people along the way,
Absolutely.
and so let's just go back a little bit. Those were incredible days. I'm gonna talk about some other things here too. I want to talk about some fun things, and I want to talk about the your job that you had for 15 years while you were acting. But before we get to that, when you were 23 years old, and people got to check this out on YouTube. It's so funny. It's I don't know if this was staged or not. You have to let us know. But you did Love Connection. That was like the first, like, any kind of dating show. Love Connection. I remember I even I tried out for whatever, but you got on it, and it was so funny. The episode was so funny.
To be honest with you,
Chuck
when you get on it,
too.
yeah. Oh no, Chuck will. I'll tell you the story. So when you become an actor, they want to see your reel, and that's all your work you've done. But to get your SAG card, you got to have your SAG card. It's a catch-22 there.
Yeah.
And I had no reel, so I went on talk shows, and I went on Love Connection and the Dating Game, the all-new Dating Game with Elaine Joyce, and I goofed on myself. I never wanted to win because Shalom Sherman is the all-time guy who's been on the Dating Game the most. He said, "Just lose, baby." And I went out and I wanted to lose. But this girl, I'll start on Love. Oh, no, I'll leave Love Connection for the end. Dating Game. I was one of 3 bachelors, the middle bachelor, and I came in as a short order cook, like from Johnny Rockets. Okay, and Rams cheerleader. Her name is Becky Allen, and I found her on Facebook. We're dear friends. She's going to come on my podcast with the other 2 bachelors. And she picked me. I could not believe it. And when you come around the corner, they always say, "Be careful of this step." Yeah. Of course, I did it. Chris Farley. Down I go. Down I go. And Elaine Joyce was like, "What the fuck?" And Becky looks at me and goes, "What the fuck?" And I go, and Becky is so sweet. She's an amazing mother. She a flight attendant. She stiffed me on the date. We were supposed to go to Reno with chaperones. And I go, "Hello, is anybody there?" And she couldn't go on the date. And by the way, the reason I had the short order cook, because they say to bring 3 different sets of outfits. Yes. I brought 1. Yes. No one had my size to change. So I came out as the short order cook, and it was legendary. It's one of the greats.
Oh,
and then I was
and you brought chicken for everybody. You brought chicken for yourself, and you brought her chicken.
Market. Yes, I bought fried chicken from Gelson's Market. I had it in my sock. And no, I had a piece, and then they took it away from me. Elaine took it away from me, and then I had a drumstick in my sock.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Were they all okay with that? The producers were all okay with that?
No, they had no choice.
Yeah.
It was funny. It was great. It was different. It was wacky.
It was.
But before that, I was in college, and I went on the all new. I mean, not the all. That was the all new thing. I went on Love Connection with Chuck Woolery. Okay. I flew in from Tucson, and I did the show. Now, you had to be 21 to be on the show. I wasn't 21. I was 19 or 20, and I had a fake ID. And they liked me because, they interview you in a room. You know this, and to see what kind of personality you have. If you're staring off into space and you're shy, you're not getting in. They want something weird and wacky. So I went on, and I was the guy who picked one of 3 girls, okay? And I picked this girl named Vicky Lambert, okay? We went on a date. Now, here's what happened. I had
well, what really happened?
No. My buddy James Commissar, one of my best friends today, he's the foremost TV collector, movie collector, memorabilia in the world. He was a comedy writer. He still is. But he wrote me this whole everything. Like, I came on, introduced Brad Grunberg, and I come on and I go, "Chuck, thank you for that fresh fruit basket in my dressing room. How did you know figs were my favorite?" And he's going, look at me and goes, "Oh, Brad, we're going to have fun." And Chuck was so quick. And I had a big party, and we went on the date. It was a disaster. And I had plan A and plan B. So plan A was take her to a nice restaurant, take her all this stuff. But she got in the car after I picked her up. I brought her flowers. Her
Right.
mother was there. Mother was laughing, and she was looking out the window the whole time. I'm like, Vicky, how you doing? What's going on? It's gonna be fun. We have a great day. She wouldn't talk to me. 20 minutes, she's sitting out the window going, oh, I'm fucked. Who is this fat fuck next to me? So I had plan B. So I went downtown, first stop, the bus station downtown. You won't believe this. I got ice cream sandwiches from the vending machine. We watched the Cosby Show. Bill's not doing that well today. And then she goes, what are we doing down here? I go, oh, I thought we'd start with dessert. Then we went to, oh, this is great. Then we went to a Sinai Temple on Wilshire and Bennett, Wilshire and Beverly Glen. No, she didn't like it. I didn't give a fuck. Okay, I'm saying, honey, I spent $50 so far on this outfit. You're gonna have a good time with me if you like it or not. So we went to this bar. We crashed a wedding party, like the movie. We went in. I go, oh, my buddy's getting bar mitzvah. No, getting married. So we go in. We're standing there having some drinks, and somebody goes, "Do you know anybody here?" I go, "Is this Ron Applebaum's bar mitzvah?" No, this is the wife's wedding. We crashed a wedding party. Ron Applebaum is one of the legends of ZBT at the University of Arizona. So I had to use his name. A little shout out to him. And then the best one's dinner next. Then dinner, we're eating, and then all of a sudden, some guy who was my friend started choking. I swung over and gave him the Heimlich maneuver.
The guy who was choking was my friend.
Yeah, he was.
That was all up.
Absolutely. Plan A and plan B. And she's like freaking out. And then I get her in the car. I go, hey, you want to go to a strip club? Get a lap dance? She looks at me and goes, get me home now or I'll call the police. And basically, I was still moving in the car. She flew out of the car. I parked and ran up to the door. I go, Vicky, I had the best time. It was so much fun. And I try to give her a kiss on the cheek. She kisses the air over here, like the Beverly Hills Housewife. Yeah. Oh, you look wonderful over there, She was in Santa Ana and I was in Westwood, But it was a great time, and I still have it. It's on my it's B Grunny. It's on my YouTube,
Yeah, good. Well, we absolutely. What is it again, so people could check it out?
I have a podcast called Fish and Snacks.
Yeah.
But on YouTube, it's B Grunny, BGRUNNY. My dating game is on that, and my love connection's on there.
Yeah. You're all over the place, and it's it's funny because look. You're so funny. You're so talented. Every time you and I get together, we have good times. We laugh all the time. I'm going to go backwards just a little bit again. Let's talk about, because I don't know if a lot of the people that were in Hollywood know about this place. People around the world know about it to a certain degree. But you know what I'm going to talk about? The job that you had for 15 years as you were going to auditions, being that man right there on the screen. You were the MC at the world famous Hollywood Tropicana, hot oil wrestling, female hot oil wrestling, and mud wrestling. Can you tell us about that?
And mud,
yeah.
Well,
tell us about that job.
In addition to the job at 20th Century Fox commissary, I worked from 11 to 2. Well, I had 2 jobs, and this other job was the MC at the world famous Hollywood Tropicana, female hot oil and mud wrestling. So, in the sports page, every day there was a little free ticket in the LA Times for, get in free admission to the Hollywood Tropicana. So my buddy Jason Brooks, he says to me, he's an actor, great guy. He says, let's go one night. I go, okay. So we got a couple of guys together and we went, and I'm watching the MC. I'm like, this guy stinks. I can do that. So I came back, talked to the manager. He goes, listen, I don't give a shit what you do. If the bar is up, you get a job. I go, excuse me? I go, I'm funny. I can do that. He goes, I don't give a fuck about that. You make people laugh. They order drinks. You got a job, kid. and the owner said that he was there. I was in a meeting with both of them. He goes, like Eddie Murphy in 48 Hours. Yeah. The owner would go, yeah, to the manager. So I worked there for 14 years. And let me give you some of my spiel. Okay, so there was a rock and roll MC named Dennis Morgan, may he rest in peace. He was a real character. Garrett Atkins, a musician, he was a trumpet player. He was like my mentor. He told me what to do and how to do it. And there was another guy called Paul Greenwood. He would go, "You got no balls." We auctioned off the opportunity to wrestle a girl in a bikini, and he put on shorts, and they would wrestle in oil and mud. So I got to bring another layer to this. So here we go. Ready? Jeff Olan, Rollin with Olan, and Natalie. Strap yourself in because you're going for a ride. The bigger the bill, the bigger the thrill, the more money, the nicer the honey. The more greenery, the nicer the scenery. 7 nights a week, 365 days a year. The world-famous Hollywood Tropicana. Fuck Disneyland. This the happiest place on earth. Drop the mic. Yeah.
Love it. Love it. I'm using that.
That was written by myself. That was written not by comedy writers, by myself.
Oh man, that is so cool. But you became like the brother, the father, the handler, the caregiver to all these girls, right? I mean, there was just so many girls that came in and out of the Hollywood Tropicana, and it was all, just so the audience knows, it was all in bikinis. They were all in bikinis, right?
All in bikinis, and they were in bikinis, and then they put on a one-piece bikini to wrestle. Okay. So, you have to understand, these girls are gorgeous. See, before all the strip clubs, there's so many strip clubs now. But when I was there, Tropicana was people came around the world just to see the show. And I was so humbled. People would say, "I didn't come from the girls, I came to see you." I go, "What?" And I wait, seriously, every athlete, every politician, every actor, I look into the dark and I go, "Oh my God, is that really Jeff Olan?" And I walk up to Jeff. I go, "Jeff, what are you doing here?" He goes, "Oh, I got in a fight with my wife. I thought I'd come here and have a good time." Then we became best friends, And
wait, how did he spell his last name?
The guy's Olan, Olan.
Yeah.
But
that's a good story. That's a good story. Okay.
The one thing you have to realize is I'm a vault. I saw so much stuff go on. And I also did bachelor parties on the side. We'll get into that next, okay? But let me tell you, I'll get you a story about one girl. These girls like losers, degenerates, con men. So this one girl, one of my favorites, name is Margie. She comes, "I just broke up with my boyfriend. If he comes in here, kick his ass out." Okay, Margie, relax. There's customers. Keep it down. So I start the show, and all of a sudden I see him. I walk up to him. I go, "Hey, buddy." Now, by the way, let me give you a head to toe on this guy. Okay. Cowboy hat, tattoos everywhere. Okay. He's 5'3", but he stands up when I ask him to get up. He has boots on. Okay. Now he's 5'7". I'm 6'1". I go, "It's time for you to go." And by the way, security is surrounding me in back. I go, "I'll handle this one." "Sure, it's time for you to go." He goes, "I'm not going anywhere, fat boy." Fat?
Wow.
Hey, Barry, did you hear that? He called me fat boy. Oh my gosh. "Let me explain something to you, sir." And I walk right into his grill. "You got one shot at me." I go back to the guy who waited on Danny DeVito. "You got one shot at me, you mother effer. And then I'm going to kill you." Of course, he backs up and he leaves. The wussy that he is. But here's the problem with all these girls. The next night I'm outside talking to security. We're laughing before I start the show. This idiot drives up in her brand new Mercedes convertible. She gets out. He drives off to another strip club, of course, with her money to cheat on her. And then I go, "Margie, what happened? Last night I put my life on the line for you." She goes, "Oh, he came over and he apologized and we had makeup sex." Never again. Never again. See, these girls, I'm friends with them today. They're in their 50s. They're alone. They got kids with 2 or 3 different guys. It's horrible.
Yeah.
I always warned them, nice guys, not bad boys. Teach me to be a bad boy. I'll be one for you, boss. Tell J-Lo that I'm single because I'll be a bad boy for her. And while I'm carrying her luggage.
Yeah. Yeah, no, so many of them go for the bad boys, and then they end up, like you said.
Some.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah,
do,
the majority.
Jeff, all
yeah.
of them.
Especially those
Nice
in
guy.
Hollywood. No.
Oh,
But
yeah.
look, these are fabulous stories. So you did, I mean, your stories could. I mean, I could have you on for hours and hours, and I'm still going to have you on for a while here because
No, please
I
don't.
love what we're doing. But so I just wanted to go through a little bit here, a little bit more.
Mhm.
One of my favorite shows, and for so many others, is Curb Your Enthusiasm, and that
Uh,
was such a fabulous show. You had an iconic role on that, and you need to explain it because I have watched this. You know, the episode of the roofer. You've got to explain that because it doesn't get any better, and people need to check it out.
I played Jonas the roofer guy. Mike Eisenstadt, my agent at the time, got me the audition. It was a very hard audition to get because Larry has so many friends in comedy, he would just give it to a friend, but they wanted to read guys. So I did a self tape. And you know what I said to myself? And I want any young actor out there, any actor, make it your own.
Yeah,
I in a Larry, Curb Your Enthusiasm is all improv. They give you a structure. Okay, that you're a roofer, you're coming. I have a Liam. So I had the mask on. I took it off. I had the audition, and I just goofed on. I don't care he's Larry. I care about this guy, and I'm going to make you look better by being funny because you're the star of the show. So I did it, and I felt real good. And I left it on the field. I did the audition. I said, you know what? That's it. There's nothing else I can do, and I got it during COVID. I was so blessed. They locked me up for 2 weeks. I worked 3 days.
incredible. But you were in
JD
it.
Smooth, so nice.
Yeah.
Everybody on
Oh
that
yeah,
show was
all of
nice.
them, and Larry too, right?
Everybody.
Larry David.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Larry. Let me explain it. Larry is very zen. He's a vegetarian, and he turns it on and off. That crazy Jew, he totally turns it on and off. And Jeff Schaefer, his right hand guy, the director and producer, he's amazing. He's so nice. He came out, Brad, just throw one away. Throw one away to actors is just do one for yourself. I'm not going to give you any direction. Just be you. And they used a lot of my stuff. I threw away. I must have done it, 50, 60 times. And my stuntman, Eric Audet, he was me when I crashed through the roof right next to
Right.
Larry.
Yeah,
But
in
they
that
put him on
whole
the ceiling and
apparatus
he
thing.
yeah.
Crazy.
Oh God, it was. And then they put me in there. Eric did all the hard work. Then he steps out, I step in. They put the shit on me, and I've gotten so much play. Do you know what's amazing? Everybody thinks, oh, only Jewish people watch Curb Your Enthusiasm. I've been recognized. Are you Jonas? I go, excuse me? My name's Brad. He goes, no, Curb Your Enthusiasm. I go, yeah, that was me. Oh my God, that's my favorite episode. I'm so humble, buddy. I have had a 39-year career. I'm not a star. I don't know what the
No,
fuck
but
I'm doing on this show. I don't even know what I'm doing on this show. I'm a big star.
yeah,
No, I just I've been so blessed. I've worked with great people.
you do. You've had a really 39 years in the industry, which is a long time for any of us, right? Uh,
Yeah.
but you've been you're a character actor. You've worked on so many different things. Another one you did in 1996. You played the DJ in Striptease with Demi Moore, Burt Reynolds, Ving Rhames, and another friend of mine, Robert Patrick. I mean, you
Uh,
basically. I mean, you
yeah.
must have had a great time on that too with those people.
That was okay. So I'll tell you how the audition process went with that. It was at Culver Studios from Mike Lobel and Andrew Bergman, producer and director, and John Lyons, the casting director. So my buddy uh, uh, David Kopoloff, he was my agent at the time, my
Oh,
manager. You know David?
yeah, yeah, I know of him.
He's in life. He's in life insurance now. I have a policy with him. I'm going to kill myself. But anyway, he's a great guy. Oh my, him and his brother John, the best. So I got the audition. I went to meet John Lyons. He goes, I don't know. I saw your tape. I don't know what they're looking for. And it's a book by Carl Hyacin. Okay. But my friend snuck the script out to me from CAA. Demi Moore, highest paid at the time. She got like $12 million to take off her top. And it was my first away game. So I walked in and they're smoking cigars. Johnny Cocktails, who the fuck are you? And I made a choice right there. See, it's making a choice. Don't either go left or right. Don't go down the middle. And I went left, and I had my bag I brought to the Tropicana and my microphone. I took my microphone off, and I go, ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice hand for Mr. John the lawyer? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Gomer Pyle over here. Bye bye. I sit down. I go, that's who the fuck I am.
Cool.
And I thought, throw me out of the office. They go, okay, we need to try out some girls. Tropicana is yours. Whatever you need me to do. Let me be part of this. You won't be sorry. And Johnny Roastbeef, a great actor. He's been in Casino. He's a great guy. He's a good friend of mine. He was in all their movies, playing the funny fat guy. And then I hear as I'm leaving, Roastbeef's going to be fucking pissed off. I got it. And it was my first away game. I went, great story. On the plane, I met two people. Going, Richard Simmons. He sat next to me in first class. He was going for a Barbie convention, a Barbie doll convention.
Funny.
Yeah, so nice. I miss him. He's so cool to me.
Yeah.
And then on the way back, Pete Rose Jr. Pete Rose, the Hall of Famer. Now he's going to get in the Hall of Fame finally. His son sat next to me, and he goes, "Why are you?" He goes, "You're an actor?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "God, you're fat." I go, "Oh, thanks." No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
No, Pete Rose Jr., really nice guy. I mean, I miss Pete, and my brother Greg and J.J. Abrams did a great documentary. It's a 4-parter, HBO Max. Got to watch it. I've watched it twice. It's phenomenal. But I just do my thing. See, everybody says, walk into some auditions. They go, on the page. I want the word on the page. I go, but I want to make it mine. No, word on the page. They all have egos. I said, but I'm going to make it better. Guess what? You get the credit, not me. And that's why Larry's so good and Jeff Schaefer. Bring something to the party, right? Bring something to the party.
Yeah.
So
Brad, you bring up your brother, and he's done quite a bit. You've done quite a bit. You also both grew up in LA, and you grew up with a lot of these, a lot of the people in the industry. Like you said, J.J. Abrams and others. I mean, that must have been just what a fun just time for you guys, right? I mean, growing up with these guys.
It's great. Okay, one of my favorite movies of all time is Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Okay, Sean Penn and Ray Walston, and I'm driving back from I went to University High School in West LA, so I'm driving back from basketball practice with my brother in my Datsun 200 ZX or SX, sorry, and I go, "Excuse me, sir, we're on San Vicente and Barrington, going home because there's all this traffic at 5:00." I saw a crew guy. I go, "Excuse me, sir, what are you filming here?" He goes, "Fast Times at Ridgemont High." I go, "What's that?" He goes, "Oh, you'll know." I go, "Who's that star?" He goes, "Sean Penn." I go, "Who's that?" He goes, "Oh, you'll know. It was the All-American Burger. Brad Hamilton, remember? Yeah. Judge Reinhold work." And that movie's phenomenal. I mean, 130 minutes of pure laughter. It's one of my favorites of all time. It still stands the test of time. If you're a youngster, get Netflix and watch Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
I always knew that I always knew I wanted to make people laugh. So I'm living my dream.
I mean, look, you do make people laugh, and you talk about comedy. Let's talk about your collaboration or being brought in for several movies with Adam Sandler.
Well, Sandy Wernick, his manager, who is still his manager, I met him many years ago through a friend, and there was a movie called I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I went to Sony, which is Sony now. It was MGM. His offices were in the Judy Garland building. You've probably been there. And now he's at Netflix in Pacific Palisades. But Adam Sandler's made like $2 billion for all these studios. He is one of the nicest, kindest guys I've ever met. So they did a movie called Fat Albert, okay? Mm-hmm. And they had the fat suit. They put that on me. And I went to his offices, and they called me in, and I go in, and he's looking at me. He goes, "Oh, God, they made you wear that?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "All right, what do you think? Let's read." I go, "You know what, Adam? I got something else to do before I start." He hits the ground laughing. He goes, "You got the part." He goes, take that stupid suit off." But in the movie, I play this fat guy who's caught in a burning building, and Kevin James and Adam Sandler come to save me. Great movie, hilarious. And he put me in 4 other movies after that. I was in That's My Boy. I was in Funny People. I was in
Funny People,
Grown Ups
directed
2.
by Judd Apatow, and
Oh,
right.
shut up. I was a heckler with my buddy Brian Lowley, who became my friend. I met him on the set. He was a heckler. I was a heckler in the comedy club. And and Judd Apatow was great. He just let me do what I do, you know. He never saw me, he just heard my voice. And Adam was great. He's always great. I mean, I'll tell you something. He's the model of what you should be like in life, especially in show business.
Yeah,
Humble, nice, get the job done. He's a
yeah.
great businessman, but have a good time doing it, you know. And another great guy, the humble card, Scott Carrot Top Thompson, the
Yeah, you're
comedian.
close with
You
him
must
too.
see him. Gotta see him. I did a movie with him called Chairman of the Board in 1990. He's still humble. He's still nice. My writing partner, and by the way, I got to shout out to my writing partner, Sean White, not the snowboarder.
Right.
He's my writing partner. He is, I mean, we make a great team. We came up with an animated show for him. We just finished a movie for Adam Sandler. Hopefully he'll like it. It's really good. And I got so many other things. I
Well,
have
you
a
got
reality show.
well, you got a
That's what
lot going on, and I just wanted to mention, and I don't think you forgot, but you did invite me to a couple of these epic parties that Sandler used to have, and obviously you were at many more than I was, but these were incredible parties. I mean, literally, security was like four deep. And we had,
yeah.
we were on a name. Walking through with cocktails is something else. You walk in and
Mhm.
everybody knows you.
I don't know
And it
about
was
that.
just, I
They
mean,
told me.
and Adam doing
Yeah.
his singing and just being up there on stage at his own party with like 1,000 of his best friends. It was incredible. And
Yeah.
then me.
And me.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you about Adam Sandler. You think he doesn't know somebody? He knows him. So the first party I ever I went with my writing partner. We're staying there. Paris Hilton is standing right in front of us. I always thought she was tall. She's so tiny, beautiful. So I'm talking to her. I'm like, hey, I'm talking to Paris Hilton, baby. And then she called security, and they put me on my face. Then in the corner over there, Demi Moore from Striptease, so sweet, unbelievable. I'll tell you that. And Tom Cruise. I'm like, what are you doing here? I didn't go up to him. They had security around him. But everybody. And then Adam plays his music, Billy Idol. You name the musician, they're there. Great food. Everybody's there. And it's the hardest ticket to get. Now, this was at the Burbank. There was a skating rink and then a bowling alley and then a big, it had everything.
Oh, yeah.
And he always had it there so he could have a lot of people. Swimming pool, all this stuff. And it was fun. I went to probably 7 of them.
Yeah.
Seven.
Well, I'll remind you, but we're not going to get into it too much. But remember, we went the first time you took me. We saw somebody who I actually had dated, Patty Stenger. We're not going to get into that too much there.
Oh, my God.
Millionaire
By the way,
Matchmaker, everybody. That's a whole nother story. Right. And friends of mine that know the story, they'll be laughing right now.
Oh, my God. You dated her, huh?
Well, you know that.
Did you have to be on the? Did you have to
know that? We're not gonna get into. Let's get into this a little bit.
Very nice. By the way, she's very nice.
Yes,
I paid her a lot of money, and I couldn't find. One gay guy wanted to date me, but I said I'm straight.
Hey, let me say this, and you know exactly where I'm going with this, and I think everybody else will. And I want to get through a couple of people here. Tie a yellow ribbon round the old oak tree. You are very close with Tony Orlando. And if anybody doesn't know him, Google him, Tony Orlando and Dawn, and these songs, and tell us about that friendship.
Well, I was on That's My Boy, but I met his son John Orlando, who was a great guy. He used to open for his dad in Branson, and I met him through a friend, and I became buddies with him. I'm like, wow. And to go back a little bit, when I was 12 years old, my mom and dad took my brother, my sister, and me to Las Vegas, the Riviera, to see Tony Orlando and Dawn.
Wow.
But they tricked us. They said, we're going to San Diego. And then they go, we've just landed in Las Vegas. We look at them and go, we're not going to San Diego. We're going to Tony Orlando and Dawn. And Charles Silverman, a neighbor of ours, was a interior designer who knew all these guys, if you know what I mean. He got tickets. He was so humble, great man. I worked for him during the summers in college when I needed a job. I was the office boy. And Tony, I walked into his trailer, and that's my boy. And he goes, you know my son? I go, I do. And we hit it off. And he's been on my podcast a couple times with my podcast partner, Mr. Eric Fish Snyder.
Yeah.
And we have a great podcast called Fish and Snacks. We'll talk about that later. But Tony is really one of the, he's salt of the earth. Him and his son do so much for people, but don't say anything. You see, these actors and musicians that go into a children's hospital and take a camera crew with them.
Yeah.
And they go, look at me, not Johnny who's sick. I'm making a wish, but no. Adam Sandler does things quietly. Carrot Top, quietly. Tony Orlando, John, these guys, that's the way to live your life. When you make it, spread it out. Help people. You don't have to say anything. Just do it, right?
Yeah. And
like you have me on this show. Thanks.
Yeah, look, you've helped people forever. Let's get into your podcast a little bit right now. You've done a lot of podcasts, and you've been on a lot. And now, can you talk about your podcast that you have now? Because you even were helping people get into podcasting. So please get a little bit more about your podcast.
Okay, hey Dad, what's up, baby? Good to see you. I'm on a podcast right now. Just talk to me.
Your dad is great. Can he put his head?
Yes, no, I'm still on, but come here. Come here for a second.
Yeah, you are so close with your dad.
He is 93 years old. Great. He's on his walker, but this guy looks fantastic.
Have him come over. We were gonna talk about him in a minute, anyways.
Yeah, okay. Here he comes.
He's a very young man.
Just poke your head. Here, put your head down here. There he is.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, dude.
Hey.
Hoorah!
How are you?
93 years old. Holocaust survivor. Funniest guy I know and my hero. That's you, buddy.
Right.
Yeah, right?
Uh-huh.
All right, I'm almost done here.
Yeah.
Good luck on almost.
Does your dad know he's famous?
1 hour, that's okay.
Yeah.
Good luck on finals. Have a good summer.
Yeah.
I hope we have classes in the fall. Sign my yearbook. Okay. That's my 93-year-old dad.
No, let's talk about this for a second. Wait, before we get into your podcast, I did want to talk about your mom and dad. I mean, because you make them little stars on Facebook and whatever. I know how much you love and care about them, which anybody should, and especially, I'm a mama's boy too, and I miss my parents greatly. You having your folks around is such a beautiful thing, and your dad and these videos that you do with your parents and jokes you play in them sometimes, it's classic. Talk about your parents for a second.
Well, they gave me life. My dad has taught me so much about life. I'm going to give you some of his wisdom. If you're having a bad day today, like I am right now, tomorrow's a brand new day. Clean slate overnight. You start fresh, and then it'll get better. And never give up. My dad on his desk at the office always had this picture. You've seen it before, of a hawk with the claw around a chicken's neck, and it says "Never give up." So everybody thinks the chicken's dead and the hawk's going to eat him. Never give up. You never know what happens. Life can change like that. Right. And my dad's just my hero. I take care of him. He took care of me, so I take care of him. Yeah. And the message to everybody, Jeff, call your grandpa, call your grandma, call your parents, give them a kiss, tell them you love them, because things can snap like that in life.
That's right. Life is so fragile. You're absolutely right. And I love the fact that you do take care of them now. And in your life, and you're so busy and you have so much, and you also have a daughter. I want to talk about your daughter, Annie.
Yeah. Annie the love dog. This was my parents' 50th wedding anniversary gift. We are dog family. I've had 4 dogs in my life. Pokey, like Gumby and Pokey. Then PJ. Then Mookie. All golden retriever. One's a poodle. Pokey was a poodle. And then PJ was a golden retriever. Mookie was a golden retriever. And Annie's a golden doodle. Half poodle, half golden retriever. And let me explain something. The poodle's the smarts. The Goldie's the love. And she's my best friend. I go with her everywhere I can. She just loves being with me. So
you do. And when anybody's checking out Johnny's Facebook or Instagram or whatever, you will see that Annie probably eats more of those chicken McNuggets than anybody it's such a cute. They're just all incredibly cute and wonderful and magical in what you do with her, and she really is. She is really a cute dog.
Thank you, buddy. Annie and I went to visit somebody today before that we did this. Um, I was a Lyft driver for 10 years and 5 months. It's not an easy job. At the beginning, you were making money, having a good time,
Yeah.
but now you don't make any money, hardly, especially LA. The traffic is unbearable, right? So I got a call to go to the Jewish Community Center on Fairfax, and the guy goes, there's security up the gazoo there, and the guy goes, "Hey, Brad, I'm putting a girl in the car. She lives a couple blocks away, but just make sure she gets home all right." I go, "Okay." So this woman named Risa, okay, Eaglefeld, gets in my car. 106 at the time,
God.
year-old Holocaust survivor. She starts singing. She's from Vienna, Austria, like my dad. And I went to visit her today at her house. Oh my God, she went crazy for Annie. She asked me to leave. Oh, I'm kidding. She is wonderful. I mean, she tells me stories. She has a memory like an elephant. She remembers everything. And by the way, this is my grandma. She used to keep stuff like this around, elephants and rabbit's foot. She was very spiritual, my grandma, very Jewish, but she loved elephants and rabbit's feet. She passed away in 96. I still have her rabbit's foot. It's a claw. All the hair came off of it. But my grandma taught me a lot. My grandma taught me 4 things. Put money away for a rainy day. Don't live like a drunken sailor. A leopard never changes spots, and no good deed goes unpunished. And if I listened to her, I wouldn't be on this show right now.
There you go.
No,
there you go.
Right?
That's
but
right.
I keep her memory alive. Keep her memory alive.
Well, the love you have for people in general, your family, with animals, and your friendships with everybody, and everyone loves you. I want to talk about, because we don't have much more time, and I am going to have you on again.
Please no.
Okay.
Lose my number.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I just want to meet Natalie's friends. I want to meet Natalie's friends. Okay, please.
Natalie's my producer, everyone. Okay, we want to talk about something. First of all, I want to talk about, what I want to get from you is it's tough times out there right now for a lot of people, and not only in our you know in this country, around the world, but in our industry especially. And I know you talk greatly about that, as far as just kind of helping people out. Could you give some of your best advice to either upcoming actors or people in the industry, what they can or cannot, should not be doing right now, and maybe just a little bit of your advice will certainly help them with having a much better day.
Be you. Bring yourself into every part. I have friends. Oh, I want to be the next Brad Pitt. I want to be the next Timothy Chalamet. I want to be the next blah blah blah. No, be the next you. Okay, you believe in yourself. Like people say, oh, I'm going to be just like Julia Roberts. No, there's only one Julia Roberts. She's one. I waited on her in the commissary too. She's the best. I wait on everybody. Steve Martin, Danny Glover, you name it. Rupert Murdoch, the owner, the big cheese, everybody. And I was always respectful, but I made them laugh. And they're like, who are you? I go, yeah. And why I left the commissary? Because jealousy. Jealousy is a disease, because people are giving me parts, and other like the executive who was in charge of the commissary at Fox, all these people were jealous. And I go, can't you be happy for me? I'm happy for you. Somebody would come in, oh, I got a part. I go, great, what was it? Tell me. Oh, I got it from the guy I waited on over here. I didn't know he was a producer. That's fantastic. You never know who you'll meet in life. Never judge a book by its cover, but just be you. Get the craft down. Go to an improv studio. Go to acting studio. Learn the craft. And then for me, I learned how to be an actor by living, talking to people. Like acting is what we're doing right now. That's acting. Be off book, where they say memorize your lines. Okay. Jessica Lansbury from Murder, She Wrote taught me everything. I was a background artist on her show for like 2 years, and Charles in Charge. Scott Baio taught me a lot.
Wow.
Know everybody's name on the crew. No, everybody's. Angela Lansbury knew everybody on the crew. How's your family? How's this? How's that? And the actor that she worked with knew her lines and her lines.
Wow.
Know your shit. It's a business. Okay. You have a good time and don't be humble. Just be humble. You're living your dream. You listen, parties, all that's all nonsense. By the way, nothing good happens at 3 o'clock in the morning, especially in LA, right?
Yeah.
Or anywhere in this
Right.
this country or around the world. Just be careful, be kind. It will come back to you. It's called a mitzvah
Mm-hmm.
in our tribe. That's a
That's
good
right.
deed. Just be nice, right? So
That's right.
I mean, thinking about doing a TED talk. Talking about my life, taking care of my parents. Here, okay. Do you think this is cool? I take care of my parents. I'm 60 years old. Is that a deal breaker?
Oh, that's good.
Is that good?
Yeah,
I
well,
hope I don't
it is
relate.
good, and you'll probably get them lining up.
I hope, because people can
Yeah,
relate. Everybody takes care of their parents or grandparents. Not everybody, but most people hopefully do.
they will.
But
They'll line up, and they'll line up just for your mustache alone.
what do you think? It's coming in real nice, baby. Look at that. Natalie, tell your girlfriends all about me.
Okay, so look. Let's talk. Let's make the last couple of minutes here about what you're doing right now. So your podcast. Talk about your podcast. Talk about your writing with your partner. Talk about some of the stuff. I mean, I have a lot of things I'd still like to talk to you about, but we just
No,
don't have the time right now.
I'll come
So
back on the show.
let's
I
have
love
you
it.
back. Hopefully, I'll be able to bribe you to come back. But let's do can you go let us know about the podcast. Let the audience know where
Okay,
they
sure.
can see you and
Okay,
about what you're doing and what your future is now, and go from there.
sure. I have a
The floor is
podcast.
yours, my friend. I'm going to go to sleep.
Are you? Well, first, before you go to sleep, I want to thank you because you're a mensch and you've been so nice to so many people, young actors. You've produced a lot of stuff, and you're just a mensch, man. You really are. I've talked to other people that you don't know that I know, and they said you were very, they got in the business, they were being taken advantage of, and you helped them get out of situations. So thank you, and please continue, and I know you will. My writing partner and I met about 5 years ago. He works at Burlstein Partners, Bernie Burlstein's company, and he's still working there, but on the side, right? And we've written some great stuff. Now we have got it to the right people. So hopefully that we have a movie. We have the animation that I talked about with Scott Thompson. I have a reality show called Wingman, where I did
Yeah,
this show with Sam Perkins of the Los Angeles Lakers many moons ago. But I hang out with the guy, sleep over his house, or woman, or politician, or rock star. I go work out with them. We go shopping, and they just look at me like, "Well, what are you doing?" But they bring down the walls. Like, one thing is, I'm very blessed that I was given a gift. People talk to me, they tell me things they don't tell other people. And people like that. Oh my God, he had this problem. You see how stars are coming out. I had cancer. I had this. I had that. ALS. Oh my son. And your heart just bleeds. You go, God, my life is not that bad. Right? I broke up
yeah,
with my
yeah,
girlfriend. My mom
yeah.
doesn't buy me the dessert that I love. Right? Who the F cares? You're breathing, baby.
That's
So
right.
yeah, Sean White and I are really we're on that. We're now on the road where we need to be, because it's a full court press, a basketball
Yeah,
term, to the end, because you can't go on forever. But I want to produce and direct. I've done that, but I want to make a living so I can help other people. Believe it or not, I want to pay my bills, help my parents, take care of Annie, my daughter, and just make people laugh. And that's what's going on. Fish and Snacks, we go once a week. We're on YouTube, Spotify, all this good stuff. And Eric Fish Schneider, he worked on Wingman.
Wingman.
And we reconnected after 30 years. Is that crazy?
That's crazy.
And he was leaving. He wanted to go on from his podcast. And then I work with Lauren Francesca on this podcast called How to Start. Shout out to her. She taught me so much about podcasts, social media, all that stuff. But it was inevitable that Eric and I would come together and create Fish and Snacks. We talk Hollywood, we talk life, and we talk sports. That's our focus
That's
every week.
incredible. That's incredible.
Yeah.
It's just so good because these podcasts are great because we're able to talk to people like you said. You guys just reconnected, and I reconnect with a lot of people here that I haven't talked to in a long time. But everybody that's been on my podcast is someone I've either worked with or I've known, and so it's great to have you on, obviously, and the invitation to come back is anytime. Let me ask you another real quick question, because I kind of caught it earlier as you were saying it, and you've got the hat, you've got all the merchandising. When did you get the nickname Cocktails?
When I was in college, I performed Mark Levinson, my buddy. He had a comedy club called the Comedy Zone, and I called myself Brad Cocktails. And then after I talked to some friends of mine, my manager Gary Rubin, way back in the day, and Andy Cohen, they came to the Tropicana. I met them. They go, "You got to be Johnny Cocktails, not Brad Cocktails." So I went to Johnny Cocktails, and it's been great for me. It's really been great. By the way, I just want you to know that Leonard Nimoy called. He wants his fucking ears back from Star Trek. What is with your ears? Jesus.
Do you know?
Look at those. Those are great.
Okay, so look, dude. This is so funny. Say it again. How you just? What's with those fucking ears? So when I was younger, a lot of my friends gave me that nickname, Spock.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
But you know what?
You're a handsome guy, man. You're a handsome guy. With hair or without hair, you're still a good-looking guy.
Thank
you,
like
Bruce
man.
Willis.
I don't know if you remember the days where I had hair.
I do. The hair went from your head to your goatee.
There you go. Exactly.
Nice and bushy there. Yeah.
Thank you for that.
It's been a lot of fun. Really thank you so much.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah.
Say what?
My pleasure, man. We'll meet at Arts Deli for a sandwich.
Oh yeah. We'll meet with some of our other friends, as we know.
Okay.
We'll have that link.
Yes. We met. A little shout out to those friends. Robert Nelson, you know him. And of course, George the Great, the greatest assistant director of them all.
There you go.
He helped me when I was on
George
ER.
Fortmuller.
George Fortmuller. Best guy. But you're a great guy too. Thank you, Jeff. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. And
Rolling with Olan, baby. Rolling with Olan.
You got it. That
mustache in these ears. Rolling with Olan.
Thanks everybody again for Rolling with Olan. We'll see you on the next one.